Trent, let's go over your paper, The Life of Benjamin Franklin. You did an excellent job on this paper. I can tell that you wrote from your outline. I find words from your outline in your summary, and I can tell it's your original work. So good job on the outline and the summary. Your citation is also good. I'm going to go through and just show you some little punctuation errors so that you'll be aware of them and will know how to punctuate in the future. And the first one here is born in Boston in 1706. Benjamin Franklin organized the first lending library and the volunteer fire department. And what we have here, let me go ahead and check changes, is you've put a comma and there's no comma needed there. And that is because, I wanted to put my track changes on, and that is because you have compound parts. So keep in mind that compound parts do not need a comma. Now if we have compound sentences, we do need a comma, but for compound parts we don't need a comma. So let's look at this. Our subject noun is Benjamin Franklin. He organized, and he organized what? He organized the library, and he organized the fire department. So those are our direct objects. So our sentence structure is subject noun, verb, compound, direct objects. We don't need a comma between any compound parts unless it's a compound sentence. Okay, let's keep going. And very good quality adjective. You have your ly word, very good. And right here, he worked at, I think you just meant to put at there. He worked at a print shop. Let's keep going down. And let's look at this sentence here. Benjamin Franklin returned to Philadelphia in 1726. He held jobs as bookkeeper, shoekeeper, and currency cutter. Now, in this one, you have a run-on sentence. Benjamin Franklin returned to Philadelphia in 1726. Okay, that's a complete thought, so let's just put our period here. And then we need to capitalize. He held jobs as bookkeeper, and here we have a series, so commas are for series, shoekeeper and currency cutter. And the reason I know this is a run-on, we have our subject noun and verb, and then you have two prepositional phrases. And then we have another, well, it's a subject pronoun, verb, he held what jobs. And right here, as bookkeeper, I can't write underneath it. That is one of our www.asias. But it also is a series. And so for commas, just remember, for commas, when we want to use commas, we really only have a few times we use it. We use it for compound sentences. We use it for series. And we use it when we have a www.asia at the beginning of our sentence. I'm putting it at the end here. So those are our main uses of commas. And so down here, we needed that comma because we have a series. A series is 1, comma, 2, comma, and 3. And here, I can tell this is a run-on because there's no clause holding this together. And remember that a period is the same as a semicolon, so you could choose either one. You can use a period or a semicolon right there. Let's keep going down a little bit. It's where he is famous. He is famous for his kite and key experiment in 1752. Some of his theories on electricity were published, so that needs to be were. Were published in England. He is famous for his kite and key experiment in 1752. This is a comma splice. You're trying to hold together two sentences with a comma, and you can fix that by using a period or a semicolon. I'm going to put a semicolon. That's the easiest fix. And right here, I think these are all supposed to be capitalized. Second Continental Congress. And right here, I really wasn't sure what this is. Franklin was commissioned as a foreign diplomat and represented Pennsylvania Assembly, Massachusetts, Georgia, and New Jersey. I'm thinking that we've got a series going on here. Franklin was commissioned as a foreign diplomat and represented Pennsylvania Assembly, comma, Massachusetts, Georgia, and New Jersey. Now, I could be incorrect. This could be Pennsylvania Assembly, Massachusetts, but I'm thinking those are two separate things, which means we have a series of 4, which is fine. You can have a series of 4. So let's look at this series here. So we have foreign diplomat. I meant to hit my ink. Foreign diplomat and represented Pennsylvania Assembly. That's 1. Massachusetts, comma 2. Georgia, comma 3. And New Jersey. So we have a series of 4 there. I'm thinking that's what you were trying to do there. Those are all little minor errors on your paper. But hopefully as we move through these errors, it'll help you in your writing. I was able to find all your who, which, your LYs, your strong verbs, your quality adjectives, and your www.asia. Good job using the dress-ups. And so for your homework, for our next step in the writing process, I'm going to teach you one formatting step up, and we're going to start on our sentence openers. And remember, we're using the MLA format, which is the Modern Language Association format. And when you write an MLA style, you have to have an MLA heading. And it's going to be the first thing on your paper. Let me go through and erase this stuff here. So when you put a MLA heading on your paper, you always start with your name. And then you put your professor's name. And then you put your class. And then you put the date. And this is the MLA heading. And I want you to start using that formatting on your papers from now on in so you can get used to using the heading. And your heading should be double spaced, just like your paper. It should also be in the same size. And it looks like you used Helvetica, so we either use Helvetica or Times for our papers. And so your name, then my name, and then your class is Institute in Excellence in Writing, and then the date. Whoops. I'm way behind. And that should be a comma. So for your homework, I want you to be sure you know the MLA format. I also want you to pick a new source document. And it can be anything you want it to be. You can even use a page out of your biology book or your history book or anything else you're studying. Just be sure that when you do your outlining, you have 15 points. You're going to need about 15 points to write a good summary. And also be sure that you can use the citation machine and cite your source. So those are the 2 things we're looking for your next assignment. I want you to use the MLA formatting heading. I want you to pick your own source and write an outline that has at least 15 points, and then write a summary with all the dress-ups. And we're going to start the subject openers and prepositional openers. We're going to mark. We're just going to do 2. So this is going to be our new stylistic technique for writing. And we're going to just do the first 2, subject and prepositional. Let's look to see if you already have any of those in your paper. Okay, that is not one. He, this one right here, is a subject opener. So when you write your next paper, you're just going to put a 1 to indicate to me that you're using that as your subject opener. And it's actually pronoun, but it's also pronoun takes the place of a noun, so you can use a pronoun as a subject opener. His father, again, you have another subject opener. And good use of that appositive, by the way. He was, subject opener. He was once removed. Benjamin wanted, another subject opener. The following year, he left. Okay, so you have a little clausal here, an adverbial clause because it tells us about time. While, now that is a clausal opener also, which we will get to later. He, another subject opener. Whoops. Benjamin Franklin, another subject opener. In, now here is a prepositional opener because it's a prepositional phrase. So this one would meet the qualifications for prepositional phrase. Another subject opener. After, another prepositional opener. After publishing another pamphlet, he was able to purchase the Pennsylvania Gazette newspaper. And one thing about prepositional openers, if they get over 5 words, which this one's not, it's only 4 words, but if they get over 5 to 7 words, you put a comma after a prepositional opener. If it's short and less than 7 words, we don't usually put a comma. Shortly, you got an adverbial opener, which is one of our later ones. In, you have another prepositional opener. Francis, a subject opener. So for your next summary, I want you to do all of the things that are in this composition. Double space. Dress-ups are underlined. Sentence openers are marked. You don't mark them in your margin, but in your text. MLA header, and you include your citation. Then underline your dress-ups and put the subject and prepositional openers. And that will be your assignment. You can pick your source material. Just be sure and send me a copy of your source material, or if you're using a book, give me a copy of the source. And good job on your paper. I'm already seeing improvement in your writing, and we're just going to be working through these stylistic dress-ups and formatting, how to use MLA formatting. That's the end of the video.